Nelson Mandela once said, "Raymond Mhlaba is one of the most committed comrades I had the honor to know and work with in the many years of the liberation struggle. What marks him above all in my memory is the absolute honesty and integrity of the man." And about his wife, the African National Congress said, "Dideka Mhlaba will be remembered for her gentle smile, her humble ways, love, and concern for other people." Together, the Mhlabas, known as Omre and Aunt Dixie, serve South Africa with love, humility, and dedication. Raymond Mhlaba was born in 1920. He was raised in the small town of Fort Beaufort in the Eastern Cape, and as a young man, moved to the city of Port Elizabeth to work. He joined the South African Communist Party in 1943 and the African National Congress in 1944, at all times acknowledging the plight of not just black people, but those from other marginalized communities. For this, the ANC Port Elizabeth was nicknamed the Mixed Bag. Dideka Mhlaba, whose maiden name was Heliso, was born in Grahamstown in 1924. She moved with her family to the Port Elizabeth township of New Brighton. There she epitomized that which is township entrepreneur, selling tripe and hops cold drink in that location, fruit and vegetables in Boast Village. On the 26th of June, 1952, Omre led a group of workers into a Europeans-only entrance of the New Brighton railway station. He was given the name Vulindlela, which in isiXhosa means "he who opens the way." On that cold, dark morning, Omre was the first person to be arrested. Others followed, including Aunt Dixie. The nationwide defiance campaign became the result of this courageous act. Following their release from the police, underground apartheid meetings continued, where Dixie found herself deeply taken by Ray's decisive leadership, warm love, and humility. Throughout their years of meeting as political freedom fighters, their soulful love story began.
From 1950s, we were together at the meetings. Every Sundays, I met him there. And I noticed that this gentleman, he's a quiet somebody and dignified. I fell in love with him because he was so quiet.
But the liberation struggle challenged their relationship. It brought about mystery, unexplained disappearances, and long silences. Dideka was not prepared when the news broke of his arrest, after which the iconic Rivonia trial ensued. Raymond Mhlaba became prisoner number 47046. As commander-in-chief of the ANC's army, Umkhonto weSizwe, he was sentenced to life imprisonment on Robben Island. From his single-windowed cell, he wrote to Dixie, explaining what had happened to him. In the early 1980s, Omre was moved to Pollsmoor Prison near Cape Town. Then, on one amazing day, noted as one of the happiest of his life, Omre proposed to Aunt Dixie and she said yes. After years of lobbying for permission to wed in prison, this revolutionary couple finally said, "I do," on the 5th of April, 1986. After his release from prison and the country's first democratic election on 27th April, 1994, Omre was appointed the first premier of the Eastern Cape, with Aunt Dixie by his side as the First Lady of the province.
And finally, the life sentence. What does life sentence mean? It means you will die in jail. Well, I'm not in jail, I'm not dead, here I am.
Although aging, Omre and Aunt Dixie traveled into deep rural areas of the Eastern Cape, cities and towns all over South Africa, and embarked on adventurous journeys abroad, never feeling the years once spent apart. After a stint as diplomats in Uganda and Rwanda, they retired and settled in their home in Summerstrand, Port Elizabeth. A soldier to the end, Raymond Mhlaba passed away in 2005 after a long and hard battle with cancer. He was buried in Port Elizabeth's Zwide Cemetery. 5 years on, his beloved Dixie passed away in 2010. She was laid next to her husband, where they rest in peace, remaining forever together. We remember Ray and Aunt Dixie as selfless public servants whose legacy will live on through the Raymond and Dideka Mhlaba Foundation based in Port Elizabeth. The foundation embraces their values of humility, loyalty, forgiveness, integrity, and reconciliation while serving with love, joy, and compassion. The Raymond and Dideka Mhlaba Foundation is a non-profit organization that assists the advancement of economic development while fostering social, racial, and cultural cohesion. Its vision is to improve the lives of communities in the Eastern Cape and for years to come, nurture the legacy of Raymond and Dideka Mhlaba. Long live Ray and Aunt Dixie. Long live.